It's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450 KBKW, and it's time for the Insider Report with Everett Hughes. Good morning, Everett.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing well, and there's some people we're working for and with that they're not out of the tax debt, but they seem to be doing a little better.
Now, what's that mean?
Well, I'm not sure what it means, which is why I'm going to report on it.
Okay.
Usually, I've advised people, as you have heard over the years, do whatever you can to keep it from going to the field, because now you've got a live body there trying to collect from you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, on one of these cases, this has been a live body trying to collect case, and we tried to set up an installment agreement. And he actually was with another accounting office, but they were just bookkeepers, and they weren't representing this fellow in front of the IRS, because they weren't even enrolled agents or CPAs, so they couldn't represent him in front of the IRS. But I've gotten this case, and I've been working with him for quite a while, and he has a business. He has a business that he's ran for years, but he also has a full-time job, and he owes a bunch of back taxes, 941 taxes, and some personal taxes. So we had installment agreements set up, and finally we did what we could to keep his payroll. We got his payroll current, which is the biggest deal. If you're in trouble with these people, get the payroll current for the current quarter. So we got that done, and we got all the special collection forms in where they want to see your income, and we got the year-to-date income for his day job, and we're working this case. And I thought he was just going to go in the direction of an installment agreement again. But here's what happened. This taxpayer is stretched so thin that there's not even enough residual income after allowable expenses to allow for an installment agreement for more than $100 a month.
Whoa.
He's stretched that thin.
Wow.
So now here's something that they've started doing. I heard about it at the forum in San Diego, and now I have a revenue officer that said, well, I'm going to see if I can get this approved, but I think this is a hardship case. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't have to stay current.
I understand that, yeah.
It doesn't mean he doesn't have to keep filing. He has to keep filing. He has to keep paying. But they're calling it a hardship situation, which means they're not even, it's kind of like they're suspending collections until later.
You know what? Uncle Sam's got a heart. I'm starting to cry.
I know that.
Oh.
It's amazing. It must be because of the continued new administration that they have such heart. But that's what's going on here.
Wow.
Is a hardship case, and he's been allowed to stay in business. They're not going to seize assets and all of the above. And everything is just moving down the road.
Al Capone must be spinning in his grave.
Oh, well, now Al Capone, no, he did more than not pay. Al Capone committed fraud.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He committed fraud. But the hardship, no collection, no enforced collections. Now, this is not going away.
Mm-hmm.
It's still sitting out there, and the system will monitor this particular taxpayer, and when it becomes obvious that, payments can be made, well, they'll be back.
Uh-huh.
But for the time being, Merry Christmas.
Evidently.
Yeah, for the time being, Merry Christmas. And so that's just all new to me.
Well, but that's good news. I mean, that shows you that sometimes these big bureaucracies, and the IRS is one of them, can actually have a heart.
Well, yeah, and usually they'll deem something to be non-collectible, but they don't usually leave them in business non-collectible without an installment agreement.
Gotcha.
So this is
Well,
this is unusual.
We're out of time, so I got to let you go. But if you need to get in touch with Everett, 533-4131, and don't forget the website.
EverettHughes.com.